Assalamualaikum. How are you, dear students? I hope you're fine, taking good care of yourself, your surrounding, your kith and kin. Today we will start a new topic, that is present perfect continuous tense. Since the topic tenses have been in progress, present perfect tense, it is combination of complete and incomplete tense. Why? Because present continuous or present progressive tense or any kind of progressive tense is considered to be incomplete, while all kinds of perfect tenses are called complete. So it is amalgamation of perfect, complete and incomplete tenses. Just look at the example I have been singing. Okay, look at this, its construction. How do we make the present perfect continuous tense? The structure of the present perfect continuous tense is subject, plus auxiliary verbs like have, has, and the next auxiliary been. So you have to go for double auxiliary plus base form of verb plus ing. Right, this is the structure: subject, auxiliary verb plus another auxiliary, that is been, and main verb, okay, that is base plus ing. Here are some examples of present perfect continuous tense. Okay, look at the positive sentences. I have been waiting for an hour. You have been talking too much. It has not been raining. We have not been playing football. Okay, these are optional. These are adjunct. Okay, for an hour, it answers when. Okay, too much, how. Okay, football. Right, it is complement to up. Okay, have you been seeing her? Have they been doing their homework? Okay, you can see positive, negative and interrogative sentences with the structure present perfect continuous tense. Okay, same as we have done in the present perfect tense, here we can also go for contractions, especially in speaking. We often contract the subject and the first auxiliary. We also sometimes do this in informal writing. Okay, here I repeat that it is not that appreciated, it is not to be commendable to go for contractions while writing formal pieces. Rather, it is considered to be informal to go for contractions. Like we have been, there have been. The contracted form is there have been. Here are some examples. Just look at the examples. Now look at its uses. How do we use the present perfect continuous tense? This tense is called the present perfect continuous tense. This is usually a connection with the present or now. There are basically two uses for the present perfect continuous tense. Okay, first is an action that has just stopped or recently stopped. Right? Means, for example, if you come across with a man who is perspiring from head to toe and he is breathing fast, and if you ask, why are you perspired or why are you breathing fast, then he will answer, I'm tired because I have been running. Though he is not running, the action, the process of running has ended, but still he may use this structure that I am tired for I have been running. Okay, this is what we call the action that has just stopped or recently stopped. We use the present perfect continuous tense to talk about an action that started in the past and stopped recently. There is usually a result now. Okay, just as in the example, he was perspiring or he was breathing fast, that is the result of his running. Okay, since he has been running, okay, for 2 hours or 3 hours, that is why he looks tired. Okay, look at this example. I am tired because I have been running. Oh, here, this is the same example over here. I am tired because I have been running. Okay, the action running has been completed. Okay, result now is in present. Okay, that is tired. I am tired is now because I have been running is the okay action, okay, in which the result of which I am tired. Why is the grass wet? This is now, this is the impact. Has it been raining? It might have been raining. Okay, you don't understand. This is now, this is the impact. Okay, and this may be the cause. This may be the okay reason, because you haven't been listening. That is why you don't understand. So this is really an interesting thing, okay, to look at the use of this tense, that it talks about an action that has just stopped or recently stopped. Okay, and you find you see the impact. An action continuing up to now, right? It is very easy to understand about. We use the present perfect continuous tense to talk about an action that started in the past and is continuing now. For example, the birds have been chirping since morning. It means the process of birds chirping, okay, is continuing, is going on now, okay, till that time. So this often used with for or since. Okay, when to go for this and since we have discussed in the previous tense, so we need not to repeat them. Look at the example. I have been reading for 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours. We do not know which 2 hours. Okay, this is only the time, not the point of time. If there is the point in the past time, we should go for since. If we do not have the point, only we have the time, okay, of a beginning of an action, then for is to be used, right? I have been reading for 2 hours. Action started in the past and is still continuing in the present or that period of time. So it also talks about an action that began in the past and still continue in the present, right? I have been reading for 2 hours means I am still reading now, though the reading started, okay, before 2 hours, but still, okay, continues. We have been studying since 9 o'clock. How long have you been learning English? We have not been smoking. Okay, we are still studying now. You are still learning now, and we're not smoking now. Okay. For instance, with the present perfect continuous tense, we often use for instance with the present perfect tense. Okay, we use for to talk about a period of time. We use since to talk about a point in the past time. Okay, we repeated it. Okay, so dear students, again you have to write, okay, 6 sentences or 8 sentences, sorry, 8 sentences. 8 would be ample for describing an action, okay, continuing up to now, and 4 describing an action that has just stopped or recently stopped, right? Okay, you should make sentences in such a way that the sense of the uses, okay, should be or would be clear. With this, we have now completed the first time frame based tenses, the present and its aspects: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. Now it's time to go ahead and we will look at simple past tense. Simple past tense. Now we will be looking at the past, right? Look at the example. If you remember, we had I had given you an example while discussing simple present tense, that was I sing, right? Now the verb sing has converted into sang. Sang is the past form of sing. I sang. So the structure will be subject plus the past form of verb, right? Let's see in detail. The simple past tense is sometimes called the Preterite tense. This tense is also called Preterite tense. Preterite, sorry, it is Preterite, not Preterite. Preterite. Preterite means a term formerly used to refer to the simple past tense. It is the old version of past simple tense. Simply, it is the old version used to express the simple past tense. Pre means before. Preterite. Preterite tense. We can use several tenses to talk about the past, but the simple past tense is the one we use most often. It is considered to be one of the most often using tenses, right? Because it talks about distant past, it talks about near past. So the range of activity or the scope of this tense is quite larger or quite wider, right? That is why this is one of the most used tenses among the 12. In this lesson we look at the structure and use of the simple past tense. First look at the structure. How do we make the simple past tense? To make the simple past tense we use past form only, and for the structure like negative and interrogative we should go for did plus base form of verb. When you go for did, you shouldn't write the past form or use the past form, rather you should use the base form, because this form, past form, compensates is compensated by did. Here you can see examples of the past form and base form of irregular verbs and regular verbs. Regular verbs are those verbs whose second and third forms have ed ending. For example, wash, washed, washed. So wash is regular. Irregular verbs are those who have no such regularity in forming their respective forms, right? Like cut, 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 and like go, went, gone, sing, sang, sung. These are irregular verbs, right? V1 means verb, first form of verb, base form, second form of, that is past form, and V3 is past participle form. Regular verbs, verb explode like, since they have ed ending, in its past and past participle, so they are said to be a regular verb, right? So look at them. Work, base form, walked, walked. The past form for all the regular verbs ends in ed, right? Irregular verbs: go, went, gone. No regularity is there. Okay, no systematic formation is there, right? See, saw, seen, sing, sang, sung. The past form for irregular verbs is variable, okay, changeable. We need to learn it by heart. Okay, we need to memorize them. You do not need the past participle form to make the simple past tense. It is shown here for completeness only, okay, though there is, okay, nothing about the uses of these past participles in this tense, but as far as, okay, the completion or completeness is concerned, just, okay, they have been mentioned over here. The structure for positive sentence in the simple past tense is subject plus main verb, that is past. Okay, you can also say a second form of verb. The structure for negative sentences in the simple past tense is subject plus auxiliary verb plus not, then main verb, that is base form, first form, right? The structure for question sentence in the simple past tense is, okay, to move the auxiliary before the subject, and you can make negative, okay, interrogative structure. The auxiliary verb did is not conjugated. It is the same for all persons. I did, you did, he did. It is not variable, okay? And the base form and past form do not change, right? Look at these examples with the main verbs go and walk. I went to school, you walked very hard. In negative, since we put did, so you should not, okay, repeat the okay, past form, because this did compensates the past. She did not go with me. We did not walk yesterday. Did you? If you bring them did, this did, before the subject, this will become interrogative. It is so simple, right? Okay, just look at this. Exception. The verb to be is different. We conjugate the verb to be. I was, you were, he, she, it was. Here, okay, the verb to be is different, because to be verb conjugate change according to subject, okay, and we do not use an auxiliary for negative in question sentences. When we are to use the be form of verb, the past form of the be, that is was and were, and they are considered to be varying, okay, according to subject they have, right? To make a question, we exchange the subject and verb. We just change the places of subject and verb. Look at these examples. Okay, these examples are basically be form of verb. Was, were, these are be form of verb in past form. I, he, she, it was here. They take was. Okay, whereas you, we, they take were. You were in London, right? And likewise, you shouldn't, okay, borrow. You need not to borrow any auxiliary, okay, like as we did in past simple with the ordinary verbs. In case of to be form of verb, you just need to go for not after auxiliaries, because these serve to be auxiliaries themselves, right? And if you bring them before the subjects, okay, the structure will be, okay, interrogative with to be. How do we use the simple past tense? Okay, this will be discussed in the next lecture, right? I think it is enough, so I'm going to stop over here. Thank you guys.